very good news closer to the end of the week. US-China trade deal seems to be going down anyway. Johnson won the elections and everything seems to be rosy again. A Christmas present, one might consider. Well, we never know if that is going to continue being the case. I want to remind you that there is no deal yet, okay? Trump tweeted, indeed, there is reports from Bloomberg, saying that the deal only needs the president's signature, but I'll be honest, if I don't see that paper out, I'm not going to say to myself, okay, there is a deal now, this is good news. Well, markets, of course, think of that differently, okay? In the short term, it's okay, but when you are looking for a longer term trades, then it's not really a good idea to go ahead and trade based on a tweet, let's say, in the long term, okay? Brexit, of course, we have now better chances of Brexit happening, but the question is, are the Scottish people going to request for independence now? Don't forget that. Don't be too much optimistic on pound just yet. Now, from a technical perspective, I am a little bit bullish on euro pound at the moment, right? But in the medium term, I'm still, and longer term, a bit down. Let me just remind you, we looked at this last week as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I saw this as a W, X, and Y, right? Now, because of the impulsive nature of this downside move, we still need an impulse for wave C in a flat pattern anyway, but because we don't see relatively good correction, okay, because normally we would see sharp correction, okay, and then longer one. We don't see any of this, which means wave 5 most likely going to move a little bit lower, right? With wave 5 moving a little bit lower, it means that we're really getting away from following rules for a flat pattern. So that was the reason I took that wave 3 and I moved it over here as wave 5, right? So that becomes a 4. We had still a WX complex zigzag pattern here and a last move to the upside. Now here we turned, and we turned for a correction. This is our wave A, most likely to be the case. We can expect a correction, and then of course another move to the downside for wave C, which is going to be also primary wave 2, and then all way to the upside. If we take the 1618 extension of waves 1 and 2, we come down to 8150, a very good round level, right? Now, if we assume that is the case, then the Fibonacci that will draw from wave 1 and 2 comes to, there we go, okay? So the 61.8 extension, of course, if we see that happening, okay, as B, anywhere here, so a potential test over that area could send prices down, and prices could go down to 0.77, okay, or even lower. This is a 61.8 extension of the full wave to the upside, okay, the 78.47. And the 50 Fibonacci, of course, would be the first hurdle. Now, because we have very good signals on the upside over here, okay, not bigger than the ones on the downside, that tells me that we could see prices just having another move to the outside, just to take some stop outs out, and then we have a 3 for wave B. And now the other pair I wanted to look is Aussie and Kiwi. Is FX minus today, so there are also very interesting patterns over here, okay? We're still looking at this being wave 1, 2, and then 3, okay? So there's chances that we're going to move to the downside, and these chances are supported by the MACD and the RSI. We've had waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 done, completing the first intermediate wave, and then we saw an ABC, and we've had wave 2 ending here, which means now we want an impulse move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go down and complete my intermediate wave 3, right? Now, the current structure of the minor structure shows that we have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, most likely going to be something like that, right? I believe at least. And then we should see wave 5, which is going to be also an extended one, unless if, of course, we have 4, 5, that is 3, then we see 4 and 5. Now, if that was the case, of course, what we want to see really, ideally, is break below. We want to see that break first, which means we want to Okay, let me just add that one over here. It seems that we are quite down the retracements anyway, not fully, but we've bounced off at 78.6. Okay, so we could potentially see another move to the upside. Okay, take out the 50. Okay, which is 1.0556, and then move down for wave 5. What we really want to do is see a break below 88.6, and then, of course, that one. That is going to validate the move to the downside, and then in the minor degree, and this one is going to validate the move to the downside in the intermediate degree.